everybody, and welcome. Today we're going to do something we've done before. We are going to be inoculating some logs with some mushroom plugs and spores, and we're going to be using what they call a wide range shiitake. So real quickly, I want to show you everything that we're going to be using, from the logs to the equipment to the wax, everything. So let's check that out. And if Bosbacks here shuts up, he won't. I mean, I loved when he was crowing, but now he won't stop. So anyway, let me show you. First thing we got is we got a hold of 3 freshly cut, and I say freshly cut, these were cut about 2-3 weeks ago, and they are pecan or whatever you call it from where you're from, and they're approximately 20 to 23 inches long, and they're about 6 inches in diameter. I would suggest maybe going to 30 inches and going up to 8, maybe 10 inches in diameter. Of course, they say the rule of thumb is the thickness of the diameter in years is how many times it's going to fruit. So for example, this is 6 inches, so maybe we'll get 6 years of mushrooms out of it. So you got your logs, okay? First off, I'm going to have 3 of them here. We're going to be using the Mushroom Mountain, and these are the wide range, and what that means is it's very forgiving as far as temperature ranges go. So these will fruit anywhere from 55 degrees or 50 degrees to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's probably the easiest. If you're a beginner growing mushrooms and logs, I would suggest using these. It's very simple to use, and like I said, they'll grow in any kind of hardwood from maple, oak, and we're using pecan. And there's other woods to use. Make sure you do your research on that because they do require hardwoods. What else we got here? So we got 100 of them, by the way. So we're going to probably put like 33 in one, 33 in the other, and 34 in the other one. So you need a drill. And on that drill, we have a stopper. This is well worth the money to get one of this. It's a 3/8 inch drill bit. And with the stopper on there, it gives you the exact range from how these plugs will be fitting into the log. So we'll go ahead and drill out 30-some holes in each log. We'll take and we'll slightly bang them down with a hammer until all the plugs are in the log. In the meantime, Nancy will be heating up some, what kind of wax is this? This is paraffin wax. There's other waxes you can use, but she's going to heat this up. We've got a butane, no it's not butane, it's a propane tank here with a little stove top on it to heat it up. And we have a little paintbrush that seems to be frozen. Okay, there you go. And we'll take and we'll cover each hole that we're drilling out. And we'll show you that as we get into it. But that basically is all you need in order to inoculate these logs. Those that she's holding up right now are the tags from Mushroom Mountain that are going to have the date and the name of the type of mushrooms on there. So let's get started. Let's drill out these logs. Okay, so we will get started on our first log. And what you want to do is you want to start down along the side of the log, and you want to have about maybe 4 inches, 4 fingers between each one, all the way down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to what they call a star pattern. You're going to come out about the same distance away from that one and alternate between the holes that you have, which makes it not a star, a triangular pattern. And you go up and down that, and you do that all the way around, and hopefully you'll get enough holes in there to put the plugs in. So this is my drill. We're going to start anywhere on it. I would suggest starting in the beginning here and going all the way down. There you go. And with this type of drill bit, which is real nice, is it pulls the wood out from the inside. So you got a nice clean hole in there, and that way when you go and put the plugs in it, you're not digging out. So we just want to keep going all the way down. I'm going to measure this out. So there you have some nice holes drilled in there, and I'll show you what I mean now about alternating them. So if you see, you got these two right here. So this is where you want to do your triangle. You want to come out and you want to be in between those and start your next row. Bring the drill bit all the way down to the stopper so you'll know that you have the right depth. And then your first two rows. As you can see, they're nicely drilled out, and the plugs will fit in there nicely, and then we'll wax them over. So I'm not going to bore you with doing 3 logs. We'll do these out real quick, and then I'll show you when to put the plugs in them. Don't you want to play? Baby, go on.
Good job there.
Thank you. Well, we got all 3 logs drilled out. I got to count them up. I don't know. We need 100 holes in 3 logs. So we're going to start plugging them. And if we have any left over here, we'll go find some spaces and fill in the spaces. In the meantime, all this that came out of that, if you want to sweep that up, my sweeper, that's all going into compost. So she already brought a load down to the compost. And I'll get this stuff out of the way.
I'm doing the dirty work.
And we'll start plugging these 100 Shiitake wide range plugs from Mushroom Mountain. How much did these cost?
$13.
Like 13 bucks for 100 of them. That's of course if we go there. I don't know if you order them online, if they're shipping, there probably is. I don't know, you have to check that out. So let's go ahead and we'll start doing that. We'll show you how that's done. We got 2 of the logs laid out. All the holes here, we're going to fill these up. We're going to take these plugs. We're basically just going to put them in this hole, and bang them in. Right, I got the propane tank ready on this little, there we go. It's all right. And Nancy's going to put some of the paraffin wax in there. We're going to melt it up. We're going to cover these holes up. Like I said, I would have gone with a 5/16 probably on this drill bit. It's a little bit larger but they fit in there nicely and should be fine. This drill
bit would work really well if you're going to do the spawn.
Yeah.
Rather than the plugs. Just an FYI.
All right, so that should take a minute to melt down, and I'll show you how we do this. You ready to put that wax on, girl?
I'm ready.
All right.
So it's all melted?
It's all melted, the paraffin wax. She's got her brush.
Any brush works, really.
I managed to get 100 plugs into 3 of these logs. Going to be honest with you, the drill bit that I was using was a 3/8 inch. It made the hole just a little bit too big. What we had to do was shove some of the pieces of wood that we drilled out of it inside of it and then wax it. But anyway, it all worked out. We got them all in here. Now what we're going to do is we have these little metal tags, and what we do is we write on there what the date is and what type of mushrooms on it, and we'll nail them in each side, and then I'll go ahead and I'll bring you guys with me, and I'll show you where I'm going to put them down by the little stream down there. So we're going to get these nailed on, and I will be right back with you. Down there anymore. No, I don't. I got me a log full of shiitake mushroom plugs. And I'll tell you, this pecan wood is thick, dense, and heavy. And it's only about 2 or 3 weeks since it's been cut. So I'm going to lay them here. I'm going to go down first. The mushroom area. This. So underneath here, you want to come around this way. So what we've got here, this is where we're stacking our mushroom logs up. We've got this one, and this one. That's oyster mushrooms. And then behind that log in the back is our original shiitake one. Now that one should flower here in the summer or the spring. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. That would be the first one to go. So I'm going to go ahead and lay these other ones back here. They're already labeled like this one is. Each one of them on the ends are labeled. Here's the original shiitake, and it's from June 23. And all this white is all the mycelium growing throughout the log. So I do expect this one to flower with some shiitakes this spring. So we're going to keep an eye on it. So I'm going to move that around so I can see that label. But we're going to point all the labels forward so I can read them off and know which, what, and when, and where. And the reason I have them here, it's cloudy here in this area. And it's also close proximity to my little spring stream I got going here. So I can take that bucket, which is right there, when it's dry, just fill it full of that spring water and pour it over top of the logs when they dry out. But it's been raining a lot, and should be pretty good right now. Guys, there we go. The 3 in the back there are the ones we just did. We got the original shiitake with all that mycelium growing in it there. I've got oysters there, and I got 2 oysters underneath there. This is just a log that I'm keeping holding the burlap that I cover them with. So that's it. That's it in a nutshell. As soon as we get some more oak or maple, which is the most desirable wood to do this, we'll try some other types of mushrooms. So, all right, guys, I hope you got something out of this. I appreciate it. Thank you for following Walker's World. Weather's getting a little better, spring's on the way, and I can't wait to get back on the Foothills Trail, do some camping and fishing. See you soon. Take care.
Bye.
What'd you say?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, Grandma, sure is getting late. Come on now, Mama, don't you hesitate. Grab my hand, well, we land. I got the champagne. We can knock it back. Get on track, jump on, ride this thing.